Welcome to Unveiling the Hype, a critical analysis on blood flow restriction training and SAGA fitness. Blood flow restriction training, otherwise known as BFR, has acquired recent publicity over the years and has caught eyes of many individuals in the world of health and fitness. BFR is a training technique that emerged in Japan by Yokosaki Satao in the 1960s. The device Satao created was called Katsu, which means added pressure. This added pressure refers to a tourniquet or cuff you can see in this photo, in which an inflatable cuff is secured around the proximal limb to reduce arterial blood flow and occlude venous outflow during resistance training. SAGA is a blood flow restriction device company that manufactures and sells cuffs that are used for BFR training. Seen on the website, there are plenty of flashy words reaping the benefits of the use of BFR around young, in shape, and very muscular individuals. They claim their product is safe, used by the world's most elite athletes, and helps the user build muscle, recover faster, and improve endurance. But is it safe? And are there side effects? Safety is a continuing concern with any new product on the market, more so with BFR when you are dealing with prolonged restriction of blood flow to your proximal limbs. Longkeys and colleagues' review in 2011 seeks to understand the potential risks of BFR in multiple body systems, including the cardiovascular system, muscular damage, oxidative stressors, and peripheral nerve conductivity. It was concluded in this review that no significant safety concerns were found when BFR is compared to traditional high-load resistance training.
These claims are accompanied by photos and videos of young, muscular, able-bodied, and fit individuals. It is apparent they are targeting individuals who look like or aspire to look like their sponsored athletes. So now the question is, not only are these claims true, but are they true for their targeted audience? The website has a PDF ebook and an online document talking about how BFR works, the safety, and of course the benefits, with some references to scientific papers. When we dig deeper into what they call the mountain of research, it is important to acknowledge the reliability of the sources they use to support their BFR product. Did they cite these papers right? Are these papers a valid source of evidence to back their claims? Well, as a matter of fact, there's an abundance of evidence and research on BFR training in which supports their claims, as it does increase muscle size and strength in low-intensity training.
Well, how does it work? The website's ebook spews a lot of information, graphics, and little physiology lessons on the so-called mechanisms in which produce these effects, yet rarely ever was this information cited. That is because the mechanisms that produce these effects are currently not known, as stated in a paper by Ozaki and colleagues in 2012. The effects of BFR are thoroughly studied and known, yet the exact mechanisms that cause these changes remain hypotheses. These hypotheses, summarized in the Ozaki paper, include accumulation of metabolites in the muscles, which increase fiber recruitment, protein synthesis, blunt protein breakdown, and could possibly be due to an increase in androgynous hormones in the body. But there is yet to be definitive evidence, and the mechanisms remain only hypotheses. When analyzing a meta-analysis and systematic review paper done by Slice and colleagues in 2016, it found significant increases in muscular strength and size in low-load resistance BFR training, which was defined as 25% participants 1 rep max, when compared to low-intensity training without BFR. This paper had a sample size of 377 participants that varied in age and used good methods to analyze the literature, making it a strong paper. One thing to note, or a possible weakness, was the possible researcher bias noticed in their figures. In the charts circled in blue, most of the studies included confidence intervals that not only cross zero, but seem to be near zero, sometimes below. More importantly, the papers that show tremendous benefits with confidence intervals well above zero seem to come from the same researchers such as Ozaki, Motorame, and Yamanaka, circled in green. This shows there may be bias from certain researchers. However, the paper was methodologically in check and the statistical analysis showed improvements with confidence intervals all above 0, which align with other papers we reviewed, such as Freitas and colleagues' 2021 paper, Ozaki's 2012 paper, and Patterson's paper. To reiterate, they found that BFR increases the strength and hypertrophy of muscle in low-load training. The paper from Ozaki and colleagues in 2012 looked at BFR low-intensity training as defined by 30% participant 1 rep max versus high-intensity training or HIIT training defined as 75% 1 rep max for untrained individuals who were all male. Although this paper mainly focuses on arterial compliance, in which was reduced in the BFR group, the results showed that the HIT group had a significantly bigger increase in strength and size. Just as the previous paper, BFR increases strength and size in low-load training, but compared to traditional high-intensity training, there is less benefit.
But is it superior? The systematic review by Patterson and colleagues in 2015 suggests that hypertrophy and muscle strength in low-intensity BFR training is greater than low-intensity training in most but not all studies. Patterson's study uses a 1 to 3 week time scale. This study concludes that BFR training has a mirrored result as high-intensity training for specifically muscle strength. Muscle size has also been mentioned in the research, but this could also be a result of acute edema. A weakness of this claim is that the timescale of 3 weeks is rarely used in other research. Overall, a longer timescale using solely high-intensity training produces better results. Looking at practical limitations, our research analysis found that low-intensity BFR training has greater benefits compared to low-intensity training, yet high-intensity training still reigns superior in improving muscle strength and size. Therefore, blood flow restriction is a great option for an older population, people undergoing rehab, as well as anyone who wants to train at lighter loads. In an analysis on BFR and its progression over time, limitations and gaps in the field have been found. These include the type of exercise, participant sex, training status, body composition, and the type of cuff used. Another limitation we found was that the single study research by Ozaki was conducted on untrained individuals. In conclusion, blood flow restriction can be a tremendous tool for those recovering or those who need to train at lower intensity. There's ample research on the topic to support research claims at low intensity. However, the research demographic does not seem to fit the demographic SAGA Fitness is trying to reach. High-intensity training is still superior if you are looking to increase muscle size and strength, making it, when possible, the better option. Therefore, SAGA's claims, although true, may be misleading, but are in fact backed by countless studies and sound evidence.
Please take a moment to review our references.
Thank you.